Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? I've made a video since my ABC interview, and if some of you guys haven't gotten the opportunity to see it, I'll be hopefully posting it later on today. So stay tuned. Um, I posted a status on my Facebook a little while ago, and again, as I talk about in a lot of my other videos, my Facebook is facebook.com/AYEJAYKAP. Aiden J. Kaplan is my name. I posted a status because I gave a speech a few weeks ago at a school. I've been doing a lot of that lately. And I don't usually give these inspirational lines. I'm not one of those. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm here to talk to you about acceptance, about how easy it is. I'm taking this off. I'm here, usually when I stand in front of a school, I'm there to tell you, first of all, let's start over. When I step in front of a crowd at a high school or college, I ask the professor not to tell them what I'm there to talk to them about. And I have reasons for that. Because when I stand in front of a crowd and I ask them, why do you think I'm here? Someone will raise their hand and they're going to say, I'm here to talk about drugs. Or I'm there to talk about the SATs or something along those lines. The typical things you hear a speaker talk about. No bullying. And then I usually say that I'm there to talk about gender. And people get a little quieter. Because it's a topic you don't hear discussed in high schools. You very rarely hear it discussed in colleges. The number one thing people raise their hands about after I say that, they think I'm a feminist. They think I'm there to talk about feminism and the reasons why men and women should be equal. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm never going to stand in front of a crowd and talk about feminism. So you can bet your ass I'm not doing it in front of a school. And there are reasons for that, because I believe in men and women having equal rights. I hate the word feminism. It just shouldn't be the word used for that. It's equality. It's that every single person should be equal to every other single person. But that's my point of view. What I'm really getting at here is that when I'm standing in front of these groups, I don't get inspirational. I don't tell you how to live your life. I stand in front of you and I point out that when I stood in front of the room, not one person in that room knew about the genitalia that I have between my legs. And not one of them believed me when I said it. Not one person in that room, when I start giving my speech, believes it when I say that I was born female. I am biologically female. Now I can guarantee you, the looks that I get on those students' faces are the same in every school. Until you go to one like mine. You come to Purchase College, yeah, maybe you get an eyebrow raise, or maybe you get that one person who doesn't buy it, but 9 times out of 10, they believe it. Because I go to a school that accepts everything. Including when your friends text you while you make videos. It's probably going to ring again, so give me a moment to shut that off. I was having a good moment with all of you until Johnny texted me. Anyway, where this was all going. My objective is that, first of all, anyone who wants me to talk at your school, I'm there. Just let me know. I'll find a way to make it work. Most likely, if you're in the New York area, I'll find a way to make it work really quickly. But here's what I wanted to share with you guys. Because as I said, I don't often give inspirational speeches. I talk about gender stereotypes, and I talk about the reasons why when I walked into that room, not one person knew I was biologically female, but I don't tell you how to live your life. So, do people have seen my speeches before? They were pretty shocked when I stood up on the stage and I said the following. And again, I usually welcome anyone to any of my speeches anywhere, depending on if it's a high school I don't. Most colleges I'm allowed to. But I stood up and I said the following. I let all of you inside my life. I hide nothing. Because that is the only way I can prove to you that it is possible. It is possible to be exactly who you are, who you feel deep inside your core that you were meant to be. The person underneath your skin that's begging to escape, you can be that man or woman or person that you desire. There is nothing stopping you. It's time to leap off the ledge and hope that you can fly. Are you ready to believe in yourself enough that you put it all out there? It's okay to be scared, but it is not okay to be unhappy. This is your chance to change your life. You only get one. How are you going to live it? End quote. Now again, it's the first time I ever stood up and said words like that. So my friends that were with me were a little bit shocked. And I was too. You see, when I stand up and give a speech, I bring note cards, but 90% of it's pretty much pulled out of my ass. But this I wrote down. I wrote it down about a week before. Now my reasoning is really, really simple. I was going to speak at a school that recently had a teen that killed themselves because they were gay. Now I'm not sharing what school this was, and I believe, or I hope, if you go to this school and you saw my speech, that you won't share it either, because I'm not sure how public any of this is. My point is, these students had watched one of their classmates go through something terrible. Something most of us don't see. Most of them, after he died, were able to admit that they saw that he was in pain. And yet, I don't think one of them ever stepped up and did anything about it. And the reasoning that I got from a lot of them as I sat and talked with them after my speech was over is that simply they were simply afraid of going through the same thing. You see a large amount of students at the school are gay or members of the LGBTQ community. And these students didn't say a word because they were afraid they would go through the same thing. And what does that tell you? What does that tell you about the world? You have to be afraid to your very core about exactly who you are, about who you love, about who you want to be, about the way you want someone else to love you. Now that irks me. It makes me angry. So I felt the need to stand up and tell people that who you are, that's something to be proud of. Hell, if I don't already scream it from the rooftops that I am proud. I am so fucking proud to be a transsexual man. If I didn't do it before that day, well, I would do it every day since. My message to all of you is that if you see someone in pain, try not to think about what could happen to you. Try instead to think about how you can save them. Sometimes it just takes one person. It takes having one person to relate to, having one friend, having one parent protect you, having one teacher risk their job to go out on a limb to save a student. Now, if I was a teacher, even knowing how little jobs there are in New York State for teachers, I would stand out on the edge of a cliff to save a student's life. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just asking you to do what my 3 favorite teachers in high school did. Tell me that it was going to be okay. Sometimes it's all we need to hear. I'm going to leave you with that. Just tell them that it's going to be okay.